Hi, this is PR Sundar. Welcome to Pre-Market Report sponsored by Delta.Exchange. On Friday, US markets closed at all-time high, and today morning, once again, the futures are higher. Now, the events that are looking good for the stock markets all over the world. In number one, the crude prices have come down. Now the Brent crude, from 65 it went up to close to 80. Now again come back to 65. Gold prices are lower. So these two are good triggers for our markets to go higher. On top of which, the global cues are good. US markets are looking good. And of course, people are worried about the US tariff, the deadline, which is July 9. But I don't think that, that's going to be very, very serious. Even that Trump himself stated, no, it's not a very big issue. So anyway, that uncertainty will be there. That is for the next week, right? As I told you already, July is a 5-week series with the corporate results. So, the markets can go all over the places. So it's not a good idea to take a long-term view, but it's better to have a short-term view. You look at the weekly options, 25,500 put option has the huge open interest. And the 26,000 call option also having a good open interest. So 25,500 as well as 25,000 both having a very good open interest. So that shows that, markets are likely to consolidate between 25,500 and 26,000. So that another thing is that, Thursday, the US market early closing, Friday, US market is a holiday. So the people are not expecting any very big events, very big movements, that too ahead of the corporate results in the following week. So, it's better to trade more on weekly basis rather than monthly basis. But if you are trading in monthly basis, then it's better to have all the hedges in your place. So last month I did some 4 paper trade. So then I'm just one by one releasing the video of the result. So for this month, also I've taken some trade. So, but I did not record it. So maybe I'll just record it. I'll just show you. Markets are definitely bullish, right? The bulls are clearly eyeing 26,000 and followed by the all-time high of 26,277, or maybe we can say 26,300. So if not in July, at least before Diwali, the all-time high will be taken out. So that is my personal view. So I may be wrong. We always say bearing unforeseen circumstances. As long as, there is no unexpected events. So that's coming up in between. So because the US markets, it's already, more than 1.5% higher than the February all-time high. I think the January or February was the all-time high. So ours, our consolidation is much longer than the US markets. So since last October. So therefore, the only problem is that, some fundamental changes in 3 sectors. One is the IT sector, and, IT stocks are still 10-15% away from all-time high. And, like maybe because of AI and other things, the IT sector has been in some problem. And then FMCG. So ever since Nestle chairman said, the middle class pie is shrinking in India. So these FMCG stocks are in big trouble. So I think FMCG stocks are still 15 to 20% lower than the all-time high. And another one, it is auto sector. The auto sector, as the economy grew, the people's income grew, the government decided to take more money from the people only through the auto sector. So 50% GST for automobile. That kind of a GST is not there even for tobacco products. Then, yesterday also somebody tweeted, so he traveled from one place to another place just only 50 kilometer. For that 50 kilometer, he's paying more than 125 rupees as the toll charges. that too without having a proper road. So that translates into, like about 2-3 rupees per kilometer is the toll charges. And of course, now they've brought some new things like, you can pay 3,000 rupees, you can use 200 times. That's coming from August 15. But overall, the government's taxations, both state governments as well as central governments, state governments, with the kind of money they are asking for road tax without having the roads is just extraordinary. I heard in some states, the road tax is as high as 24%. Like you buy a car for 1 crore, then you pay 24 lakh rupees for the road tax. So if both state governments and central governments come together and do something about this auto sector, then auto sector has the potential, to do very well in Indian market, in India. But I don't think that anything of that will happen in near future. So, but sometimes, stock markets, there's a liquidity driven. People have got the money, so they have to invest somewhere. So they just keep on investing. That's why the Indian markets have always been, trading at a premium to other emerging markets because the more money is flowing. So there are a lot of IPOs are coming to capture this bull trend, right? So but the more IPOs are coming, so you understand that the bull run is intact. So, another thing is that HDB Financials will be listing on tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I think 2nd of July. So we need to see how that's going to perform. So the clear winner in the last few months is the banking stocks. And the Bank Nifty, is likely to touch 60,000 by Deepavali. So that's my guess, right? And the support, there's a very, very strong support at 54,000. If you can remember, I've been telling you, Bank Nifty shot up from 48,000 to 56,000. Then after that, it was violently consolidating between 54 and 56,000. And then finally, after the RBI policy, the Bank Nifty broke out. So therefore, that 56,000 itself is a good support because as I tell you, in the first trend, if 56,000 is the resistance, and once it is decisively taken out, so that itself became a support. But 54,000 will be even a stronger support. And even 54,000 put, even it was trading around 100 rupees on Friday. I don't know what was the closing price. It was trading around 100 rupees. So that's a good premium, considering the very, very low risk. So of course, monthly options will have a lot of premiums because, corporate results are there. I think the third week Saturday, ICICI Bank and HDFC Bank both will be declaring the results, So as I told you, it's a 5-week series also. So that is also one of the reasons. So in summary, global cues are good today. Asian markets are higher. The GIFT Nifty indicating about 20-30 point higher only. And because the last 3 trading sessions, markets have shot up seriously, about 650 points higher. So therefore, people are expecting some kind of a consolidation here. So they're not expecting further rally, but who knows? The markets will always throw some surprises, right? But the upside surprise is more than the downside surprise. So the people are selling Sensex options also because tomorrow is the expiry. So it's a faster decay. So Sensex, people are selling 82,000 put, 82,500, 83,000 put, because, when the trend is good, you can just capture more profit, by trading in the short term. So when you are not sure about the trend, and then only you go for long term with a non-directional strategies. Once you know the trend, better to trade with the short term. And because once you know the trend, you can capture the trend very fast. the time decay will be very fast if you trade in short-term options. So that's how the people do it. So let us see what is going to happen today. But clearly, this market is buy and dip. So any intraday fall of more than 100, 200 point, it is a time to sell put option. The monthly put options premiums are still very, very good. So hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for watching.